Nice is it to talk about winning a third period, Bruce?
Yeah, it's better than the alternative, of course. I mean, winning anything is good. So I was glad to see the way we came out in the third.
What did you see from your team in that first 10, 12 minutes of the third that turned it around?
Well, I mean, they just were determined. We knew that Ottawa hadn't won in a while either. So it was that they would be holding their stick pretty tight. So our plan was to get it behind their D and try to outwork them, because they outworked us in the first period and they didn't get enough to show for it. So we did, and we got a couple lucky goals, or not lucky goals, but a couple good goals, and that's set the stage.
Spencer Martin for the first 40 minutes?
He was great. He kept us in the game, and that's what goalies do. They keep you in the game until you find your legs or whatever you find, and we did that, and consequently we won.
Bruce, you went through a stretch last year where Demko really had to be ridden, considering your playoff positioning and the play of your backup. Has Spencer Martin given you a degree of confidence that you can rotate a little bit more frequently?
Absolutely. I mean, he comes in and he's played well in every game, and he's gotten us points from 10 in a row or something like that. So when somebody gets you points 10 in a row, you got to believe that he's doing a good thing.
With the first half, what did you see from your club that allowed Ottawa to control the game so handily?
Well, we weren't skating at all. I mean, and when we were getting it deep, only one guy was going in, so it was easy to break out from that. But you saw in the third period that we got two guys going, and then when the two guys are going, we were getting the puck back, and so we were keeping some ozone time, which we didn't do in the first two periods, and that makes a big difference. I mean, because you're not always just chasing the game and playing from behind.
Is this Danica goal, when you've given up the 2-goal lead, it's down to one, but you have those two guys deep creating that pressure? Is that a signature one in your view of how you want this team to play?
Exactly. If you recall, that's how we played last year. Our forechecking was great and would create turnovers and would cause us to, or give us the opportunity to score goals. And if we could get that forecheck going again, then all of a sudden the defense becomes a lot easier.
Did you find a way to get Bo some more minutes?
No, he's playing pretty good right now. I mean, and that was the great thing about, quite frankly, about putting the three centers back together, is you now have somebody on every line that you're not worried about just doubling them up on every second shift. So that was good.
Is it gratifying to you, Bruce, given all the discussion of the last 28 hours or so, that the guys came out in the third period and played as hard as they did?
Well, I knew they would. I know the character of those guys. They want to win. They don't like any human being doesn't like anything negative said about them. So I mean, they wanted to come out there and win this one. So, and they did.
What do you think it can do for the trip, Bruce? Finding a way tonight?
Who knows? It's a funny game. Like, I'm hoping tomorrow that, when we won in Seattle, we came back and we played good against Pittsburgh. But I'm hoping the same thing can happen. We still know how tough a road trip it is, or how tough from here to the end of November is. So every game is vital, and so we gotta play it as if it's every game is vital.
Bruce, what do you think, just overall thoughts on the defensive effort, especially in the first 40 minutes? Been a bit of
the effort of who?
Just the defensive effort overall from your team in the first 40 minutes, especially given that a lot of your wins have been of this sort of high-scoring variety.
Well, I mean, I think Spencer Martin kept us in the game, and that's what you need. There's every team that is successful. I look at last night's game. Calgary outshot the Islanders 18-3 in the first period, and they didn't get enough of a lead because the Islander goalie kept them in. So I'm not apologizing for that. He played good, and so until we found our rhythm a little bit, and then when we did, and we gained a little bit of confidence with each goal we scored. So it made it good.